Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Scott Halverson, and today I want to make another video based on what has going on in the last 4 or 5 days. And in this whole chaotic craziness, I know I've ranted a couple times about it, so I'd like to just talk about it. Not ranting, more rational chit-chat. Right or wrong, I'm going to give you my opinion, and here it goes. So, as you know, a incident happened in Minneapolis, St. Paul, with a cop and a guy, and it got ugly, and the guy died, and bad things happened from there on out. We've had riots, we've had chaos happening. It started off in Minneapolis, it's went across the whole country now. It's happened in Washington, D.C. It's happening even all the way up to a little town just south of us called Bemidji, which is about 15,000-ish people, I believe. Grand Forks, which is about 150 miles from us, and it's just, it's getting to be quite wild. And I have a few things I want to say about it and a few opinions on it, and we're going to go from there. So I'm trying not to get passionate. I'm not going to get crazy. At least I'm going to hope not. And if I do, I do. If I don't, I don't. Like I said, I don't edit these videos very often unless I get like really potty-mouthed and stuff. So anyway, moving on. What happened is a tragedy. To no ifs, ands, or buts. No matter what happened, no matter what the scenario was, somebody dying because of somebody else is always a bad deal. It doesn't matter if it's a cop, if it's a cop killing another guy, or two young men shooting at each other because they're in rival gangs, or someone slipping and falling, breaking their head open. It doesn't matter. It's all bad, right? All of it's bad. It's terrible, you know, or just old age, you know. It all of that's bad. It's not. It never makes you feel good. But how you react to it, it decides the character of your person, right? If you go out and you react like it seems to be a lot of people are, you go out and you burn buildings down, you throw bricks, and you act like an idiot. You break windows and light vehicles because on fire and buildings on fire and loot and pillage and beat people up because they want to defend their business, or pull truck drivers out of their vehicles because they're trying to get past you, or pull people out of their cars because they're trying to get past you because you're blocking the interstates or blocking the downtown city streets because you're peacefully protesting, right? That's not really that okay. That's like way beyond like what you need to do to protest. There's been a lot of protests over the years, and some have been okay, and some have been absolute disasters. Well, this is a disaster. This is like ranked 10 out of 10 so far. And yes, there can be higher, so maybe I should go 9 out of 10. But it's just, I have troubles rationalizing how you can do this to your fellow man with no like thought process of what's gonna be the result of this. Right? So, yes, the cop that killed the guy should not have done it. Right? And the other cops involved should have done something to stop it from happening. And the problem is, though, when we get through this, is we only get a very small, like, glimpse into what's going on. Right? We don't get this huge window. We weren't there. 99.9% of us on this planet were not even remotely close to what happened there when it happened. And it was only a handful of people that actually seen it and were there. And some cell phone footage, which was crappy at best, right? Now the cell phone footage shows a guy being pulled out of his van, sat onto a street sidewalk. The video cuts for a little bit, and then it shows the guy on the ground. It doesn't show anything else. It doesn't show audio. It doesn't, other than you hear the guy pleading not to get, choked out, which is horrific, that he had to do that and nobody responded appropriately. So that was bad. But again, the actions of one person, does that mean all people are like that? People are trying to make this a racial thing. And I'm not going to even use black and white and green and purple and blue and orange and red. I'm not going to use colors because it's stupid. This is just people abusing people. Plain and simple. People abusing people. If you want to make this racial, that's your own fault. You have done this yourself. And I do hear a lot of people talking about, well, racism is super abundant, and I see a lot of videos talking about this. We see some YouTubers doing it. We see some, of course, politics doing it. The news organizations talking about it. If our country is so against colored people, right, and so against minorities, how did we have a black president? How did we have Ben Carson, which is the Surgeon General, right? Or, not remember, but he's in Trump's administration anyway. And we've had, a lot of high profile, we had Colin Powell years back, high profile colored people or Asian people or Native people in all kinds of different levels of power and levels of wealth. I mean, some of our wealthiest people in this country are colored people or people of minorities, right? So, are there racist people? Probably. Is everybody racist? No. Is society racist? No. I think most of us are sitting back, at least from the people I know and the actual people I watch, other than the crazies out there, even are horrified what's going on. I mean, we literally have groups of people setting up protests by pre-staging gas cans and bricks and wood and stuff so they can do fires and throw bricks through windows and cause all as much chaos as they can. Even in the small towns near us. And I'm in the northernmost reaches of this country, right? Even in some of the small towns south of us, about 15,000 people, which is way bigger than what I live in, there was the mayor of the city and the city council told the garbage people to go around and collect all the garbage so people couldn't burn it. However, they're doing that, they were finding bricks, they were finding gasoline, they were finding wood, they were finding all kinds of things ready to riot. This is not accidents. This is not an accident. I know I'm not a conspiracy theory guy. I'm not really anyway. But when you see all this evidence, you almost have to sometimes think, is it an accident or is it not? I don't think all this is an accident. I think some of this is staged. I think some of this is very meticulously done. And I think a large portion of what's going on is been blown out of proportion by the media, first off, and it could be stopped by the media just about as quick as long as they would tell the truth. Not my truth. Tell the factual truth. Not all cops are bad. Not all colored people, not all minorities, not all majorities, not all people are bad. Not all white people are bad. Not all anything is bad, right? I, for one, I don't hate minorities. I just hate why people behave like this. I hate that I have children and grandchildren and stuff that are growing up in a society that are letting minority cliques of people like Antifa, and I don't care if whatever colors the people are in Antifa, they're causing problems. They're doing it for the sole purpose of the downfall of our country. So another type of government can be instated. And it's really sad that we've had 2 world wars, we've had Vietnam, we had Korea, we've had Gulf Wars, we've had Desert Storm, and people died to protect the world. People died to protect our country and our way of life and our ability to be free here. So we can protest peacefully. But I don't see peaceful protests. All I see is people getting hurt. I see communities being devastated. And you know what I really see? I see after the riots are done in a particular section, you see the local people who lived in that area going out there trying to clean up, crying and just sad. And you see the community rallying together to clean up what the protesters and the rioters had caused. So it makes me believe a lot of this is artificial. the rioting anyway. It's not about what it is. It's very sad, and I would love to see the better of people come out and take over, and we're starting to see some of that. We're starting to see people gather around cops that are getting beat up, and we see, you know, when the guy got pulled out of his truck, you see a bunch of people, the protesters, not rioters, the protesters try and get in and stop the rioters from hurting the guy. And that doesn't happen in every case, but you see more and more of that now in the news. And when more private news people, you don't see that from CNN, MSNBC, and all those crazy news outlets. You see that from the private guys with their cell phones, the private reporters, the YouTubers that are out there trying to make a living by reporting honest and fair news, by showing you exactly and talking commentary exactly what's going on. Not cutting footage out, not clipping scenes together to make it fit their agenda, but just literally showing you what is true. It really, I don't know, I know I've rambled a little bit, and I'm probably going to keep going. So that's how this goes. I don't understand it. There's no reason for it. And if we as a community get together, or a country get together, and just say, enough's enough, we're not going to put up with it, it should be done. And also, if you as a person, as a protester, start breaking stuff, and start burning buildings and start hurting other people, you're no longer protesting, you are now a criminal. You're committing all kinds of crimes, and you deserve to be punished accordingly. I think our government, I don't want to say that we should go into martial law, because that's just crazy, because that just triggers everybody's mental capabilities to think, oh, the government's going to control us. But I do think that some more stricter things should be punished, should be quickly punished, things should be punished more quickly to stop this kind of thing from happening again. And yes, we need to get out there, we need to stop people from acting like hooligans and delinquents and breaking things. Do we need to go out there and fire live ammunition at people? No. The U.S. military, the cops, everybody has plenty of non-lethal ways of taking down people, and we should do that. Is there dangers in that, and could people get hurt? Yeah. But you know what? I tell you what, if you grab a brick and you throw it through a window, you've lost your rights at that point to safety, right? Doesn't mean you need to be killed. It just means that you've lost your right to be safe. And if the cops have to be a little aggressive with you because you're being belligerent and they're frightened for their lives, then so be it. The reason I can say that is because if it comes to me protesting, I'm going to do it right. And I'm not going to get out in front of cars speeding down the interstate. I'm not going to go out and break windows. I'm not going to go out and start building some fire. I'm not going to go out and threaten people. Right? I'm just going to protest the way I need to know and the way I can protest. So, it's just that simple. It really is that simple. I just wish you could send that vibe out to everybody and just say, here, feel it, love it, learn it. But you can't, because everybody's running off these passions and emotions and all that stuff. Now, that said, again, I know I've said in the past videos, if I have to defend myself, I'll defend myself, my family, with all the power I can. And I would expect that if any truck driver is driving through a crowd of people and they don't want to get off the interstate, and they start, because they're worried about their lives being harmed or their truck being stolen or themselves being killed, I don't think they need to stop. Like, get out of the highway. You know it's a 40,000 pound vehicle coming, or with a load. Like, get out of the way. Common sense is not that common. You know what I mean? And I wish it was. So, anyhow, so I guess that is my non-aggressive, non-ranting style video. More of a, hey, you know, this is how I feel. This is my thought processes on it. I wish that we could do more as a group or a human race. Instead of being stupid and dumb like this, we could be a little more passionate about what's going on. And I mean compassionate, not passionate, because we're getting plenty of passion going on. We need lots of compassion about other humans and what they're going through. If you don't understand and you're having trouble understanding, like, why did the cop kill that guy, then you need to talk to somebody about it and figure it out. Like, or wait until the cop goes to trial and listen to it. Take active stances in your communities, so when there is a trial, you go to the court and you listen and you watch the papers, you read the news. I hate to say read the news, but you read the court transcripts. Well, lots of that stuff you can find online now, and just pay attention to what's going on, right? Anyway, and then make educated decisions based on that. Anyhow, so that is my rant for the day. Not even really rant, just a talk. And hopefully the next time I do a vlog, it's not about that. That would be great. Anyway, till next time, my name is Scott. You call me Guff, and I'll be signing off.